There we go. Thank you, Farouk, for checking that. I don't know why it switched to my keyboard as a mic. I didn't know there's a mic in my keyboard. But thanks for looking out for me. Nice rejection there again. Back under VWAP. I'm probably going to add to this, guys, if we do break like 183.80. I'll add just before that low of the day and then go from there. But I'm still in really, really small. So I'm just kind of just being patient, right? This is why you size small. So you can let this thing bounce around. Your stop loss doesn't have to be too tight. You can kind of let it breathe a little bit. And you can then add if things are starting to work right or if things are not working right, then you have just a small position on, which means you have small risk, right? So I'm back green here on this. Yeah, it's totally fine, sad boy. That's great. I'm sitting here just small green. I mean, I could even just take this off break even and we can move on. And I know if you're only looking to buy one contract or two contracts, I understand that it's kind of hard to scale in and scale out of things, but that if that's the case for you, then you just got to wait for that last second entry there, before the break, because if you can't handle being up and down right here, I can understand how that it's kind of hard. Waiting for one more nice break. So Amazon, guys, is not bouncing up at all, which I like to see considering the market is making new highs. But also that kind of makes me a little hesitant here because if the market really starts going, I'm sure there's a lot of people kind of looking short here on Amazon after this news as well. So if we do break, kind of this downtrend and start moving up quickly to 185, I'm just going to get out. But the contract should be, at least on the 180s, should be around like 430. So I mean, they're really not going to be down, more than, definitely not more than 10%. So that to me, that is a perfect spot for us to kind of let this go up to for a stop loss here. So I'm back to green on this, just barely. I don't love how long this is taking though. I feel like I wanted this a little bit sooner, especially because we have news here in like 15 minutes. Market is just still ripping up, man. I just need a little bit of weakness here in the overall market. I think we got this. So 183.85 and 183.68 are going to be the levels that I'm looking at here. A break of those should really get us going. And I think all I'm going to look for is kind of a move down to like, right in this area. This is kind of my target area. And then if we don't get that, then I think my stop loss is going to be right about there. Maybe, yeah. Market is just flying right now. NQ is ripping. I could even just take this trade off here, just almost break even. Get ready for a stop loss, though, guys, just in case. If this candle rips here, I'm probably going to get out. But I'll tell you guys, this is kind of that downtrend starting to break. Market is just flying. I would hate to lose my average price, but I don't want to be caught in a dollar move on these. I mean, SPY and NQ are just ripping and ripping and ripping right now. So I love how Amazon's not really following that trend. I actually like how it just rejected there pretty nicely. But, again, I don't want to just blindly hold on to this and it goes flat. Here we go. It's back under VWAP here. We can just see SPY and NQ just drop a little bit with us. And ideally, it kind of quickly. VIX could go up. IV could go up a little bit for us. I definitely don't want to hold until that 10 a.m. news, guys. So I'll probably be out before that news hits. I mean, SPY and NQ are just absolutely going crazy. Google down. Tesla came all the way down too, down to 280. Wow. I'm not going to give this a ton more room. I'm barely red though, guys. I hope you guys position the right way. I mean, I'm down 15 cents a contract. I'm about to get out here if we break 185. This is where I got to see it reject. Can always get back in this trade, right? I don't want to hold it way up here, 186, when I could just get out here and then enter in again if we start dropping, right? You got out, okay. I still haven't seen it break 185 yet, so I'm going to give it just a couple more seconds here. Getting close, though. The market is just flying. Sucks. To me, this looked really good. Broke 185. No rejection. Okay, I'm out. 425 is my fill price on the stop loss. That's not bad at all. 450 to 425, guys. That is a beautiful stop loss. Let's see, what is that? %10 would be 45. So a little over. You got out of that. Cool. I'm glad some of y'all made some money on that. I mean, yeah, I was green. I mean, I wasn't green a ton, maybe, close to like 7-8%. Wow, look at that rejection now. Can always get back in. If I see the weakness there, guys, I'll try this again, believe me. We kind of have this uptrend now that we can play off of. This downtrend got broken, so I'm fine with that. Oh, Tuco, the one time you actually get to trade with me. Yesterday was a good Tesla trade. For anyone that did put a limit sell order out, make sure you cancel that. Just FYI, if you did do a limit sell at that $5 level, that $5 a contract I was talking about. I love the rejections here at 185, guys. To me, that's still a positive sign. Rado, did you take some sort of big loss or anything like that? I don't know with 175s or 170 puts did, but my 180s, I mean, I lost less than that was like a 6% stop loss. That was nothing. Unless you sized way up, but then again, I 19 to 18 bucks. I don't think that's bad. Obviously, it depends on your account, but I mean, Oh, Fergie, that sucks. This is kind of weird news. I don't know how long it'll last, but okay, Raider, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hate that this is a stop loss, but losses happen, and I think that we managed that really, really well. Because I did start buying these up here, originally. Like yesterday, what did we have? Like a 15-20% gain on Tesla, and having a 6-7% stop loss right now, it's good. Oh, you traded gold yesterday? Another pretty decent rejection here on Amazon. Let's see here. Yeah, it just kind of depends on what you want to trade. I mean, if you're going to come here and trade Amazon with me, but then you're going to trade gold, it's just completely two different things, right? Two different sectors, right? Gold's commodity. Big buy up there on Amazon. Amazon's definitely not showing like strength. I think that it's just kind of getting pulled up here with futures in general. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll just have to see where this wants to go. But with the amount of short people that are probably trying to short this right now, if this starts ripping up through high of the day, it could start moving and kind of squeeze some of these shorts out. I wouldn't be surprised at all. What made you trade gold though? Did you have a specific plan, specific stop loss, all that stuff? Yeah, so SPY is back above 550. So I do think that may that could definitely get some strength here in the market. But if we do fall back over under 550, right, especially like after this news here in about 6 minutes, things may really get going. Tesla back to 285. Got to be patient now, guys. We got, like I said, we got news in about 5 minutes. I don't know. I thought Amazon looked good, but maybe this moves a little bit later in the morning because, again, I hope you guys are watching SPY and QQQ or NQ, but this rip up here was after the market opened. So, futures had some strength and Amazon did not. And so, Amazon had a chance to fall, but it just kind of got dragged up a little bit, I think, with the strength we had from futures. So that's just kind of what messed that up. Just waiting to see that weakness come back in on Amazon. So now all I'd be sitting here doing, guys, is just this uptrend I got here. See if it comes down and respects that, especially if, this takes a little bit longer. VWAP will get closer to this uptrend here, kind of right around this area. If Amazon trickles its way down in here, market rolls over maybe on some news or, whatever happens here, break all this, and then our trade is, right in this area, right around 184 again. So break through here, break of 184, break of this low of the day, and then our move happens in this area here from 184 to 183. So it's still very much in play, but if the market stays strong and this gets to 187, I'll probably move on from it. But it's not totally out of the question just yet. And if we do start ripping and Tesla gets to 290 or something, maybe we got a upside trade there. Well, Rado, it looks like you kind of know what you did wrong, so that's good. I hope you're journaling that down and doing your homework on yourself. But yeah, over time you're going to chase things so many times and lose money that you're going to force yourself not to. It's just kind of part of it. You can either listen to people tell you not to do it and not do it, or you're gonna have to learn the hard way. And a lot of people just unfortunately got to learn the hard way when it comes to trading. because you have to experience those mistakes just so you know how to fix them and how much they hurt if you do them over and over again. SPY's just chilling above 550. I think there's no reason to get in the trade here with news in 2 minutes. What's up, Ian? Well, believe me, I've made all the mistakes. So Amazon coming back. What news? Yeah, so we have jolts at we have jolts and we have consumer confidence coming out here at 10 a.m. Eastern. For y'all that don't know where to find this news stuff, this is a site for y'all to use. Save that site. That's what I look at almost every morning. 30 seconds here. Amazon starting to come down. I love that. I would like to see the market get weak here because I do want this short. Seeing some people starting to buy some of these 180 puts here. Someone just bought 183. Here we go. News candle dropping here. Don't get sucked into any of this. We can easily bounce back up. Right at view up though on Amazon. SPY and Q getting bought up here. Red to green on the candle. Let's see. What does this say here? Consumer confidence at 86. Consensus was 87.5. So I think that's negative if it comes in under the consensus, but I just still think that there could be a nice little short here on Amazon though if the market rolls over. How did UPS move today? It's just kind of slowly selling off here. Yeah. Market popping back up here. No need to jump in a trade right here. Later, Michelle. Jolts job openings 7.192 mil. Expected 7.5 mil. So job openings came down. Nvidia just had a pretty big pop there. What's going on with that? Tesla moving a little bit as well. The market wants to stay strong, guys. I'm more than happy to trade the upside here. I thought that Amazon news would be a little better. I knew that the firm was looking at it. No, I mean, there's still a short here. I mean, if this just doesn't, if this rips up all the way to 187, okay, that's one thing. But if it stays in this area, if there's any sort of rollover here in the market, I do think that this still has a chance here, especially with what they said. Let's see. Note from UPS CEO on the call saying that Amazon shipments dropped like 16%, way more than expected. So that's kind of some like behind the scenes stuff there. I don't know. Yesterday was good. No need to push it on a day like this, especially on a big earnings week, guys. Could be some bigger trades, later on in the week or early next week, just like how we did with Tesla, right? With that big swing trade that we had. Let the earnings go through and then trade after that when the direction's pretty clear, because then you have a clear trade. Tesla's starting to move. Yeah. Chris, you're in some calls. Nice. Yeah, let's see. 288 high of the day. Doesn't look terrible. It's definitely one of the strongest ones here. I mean, even though the market's popping, this looks pretty good. All right, let me throw Netflix. Whoa, Netflix, guys. I would have loved to catch that candle. New high Tesla coming in 290. Let me check the wall there. There's nothing there at 290. Meta pop pretty hard. Nvidia's moving, so it's probably going to drag Amazon up. Amazon to me is still not moving very strong, but I want to be where the momentum is. Let's see, what are these Tesla? Let's see, Tesla 300s aren't too much. I think we could probably all trade that. I may go 290s, but it's a IV. IV's up on those because a bunch of other names have earnings. Yeah, Kenny Penny, I agree, and that's why I was looking short. But here's another update on SPY and NQ. They're just absolutely flying here. So it's dragging Amazon away from where I want it. So I think with the amount of like short interest on that this morning, probably that a rip in the market probably squeeze that back up, and we just won't get the trade. Even though I think the trade made total sense. Wow, Meta flying, Tesla flying. I'm not going to chase these highs like this, but if we do get some structure up here that I could look at, I'll consider it. To me, the real trade on Tesla is 290 295 through 300, right? Because we hit 295 yesterday, so I don't really want to trade up into this kind of supply zone here. But there could be a little scalper at 290 or whatever. But the big trade, like I said, guys, is going to be this 295 through 300 break, and then there's really nothing stopping this until like 325. So this is it's almost ready, I think, to make its big move. But we'll see. Yeah, great catch there, Chris. Drip doses PLTR. What that do? Yeah, I had a nice pop. Yeah, I was talking about that in my morning meeting today, Breckle, that Trump's gonna do that auto tariff stuff. So like Bull was saying, like, Ford, GM are up today. Is that true? Little green. GM is actually down. I don't know. That's still pulling back in a little bit. Amazon at 186, so really not that high up there. If y'all get anything out of today, I know everyone wants to show up here and just like catch an easy win, but I think the way that we positioned here on Amazon was really good. I mean, anytime you can have like around a 5% stop loss on options, guys, it's like that's perfect. I'd consider that pretty break even. So as long as y'all positioned yourself the way that I was talking about, I think everyone should be totally fine. That was a super small loss considering how this thing moved. But your wins have to be bigger than that, right? So like yesterday it was 15-20% win. And today, if you have a 5 to even a 10% loss, that's good. That's where you need to be. And I hope none of y'all have just been sitting here bag holding this after I already called the stop loss. Still a chance, though. Only about 40 minutes in. Fun chat. Are you still holding? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Apple is pretty strong. All right, man. Well, what's making you hold? You're talking about how you don't have much buying power. I mean, I think you try to flip your thinking there. If you have such small amount of buying power, you got to do everything you can to protect it, right? I understand that you don't, you may not have another trade for the day if you run out of buying power. But the rule of thumb, guys, is if you can't make money with a small account, you can't make money with a big account because it's all just percentages. And I think once I embraced, because look, I had the same mindset, right? Whenever I had a really small account, I could only take like one or two trades a day before I ran out of buying power. You know, yeah, sure. At the beginning, I was like kind of pissed off because if I miss a trade later in the day, I just need more money. I need more money. That's just really not the case. Um, Once I embraced it and kind of thought the opposite way, like, okay, if I only have one or two trades, I need to be extremely selective with my entries and exits. And that's what really helped, right? That's how I could grow that smaller account to where I could take a couple more trades if I really needed to. But at the end of the day, you only want to be able to take one or two trades a day at most, I feel like, at least for the way that I trade. All right. You don't need to be firing a bunch of trades off left and right. Um, because you're not going to get, if you take 10 trades a day, I can guarantee you there's not 10 really high quality setups, to take. So you're just kind of taking B minus, C plus kind of setups. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. You know, it's I've been there. It's like I totally get it. But try to embrace the fact that you don't have many trades, and then that'll honestly help you a lot with being patient and being disciplined on, like, I can't take those early entries. I can't take those harder positions. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to wait for that, that kind of like that last second entry, which makes the trade much safer. I'll go from there. Wow, big candle there on Amazon. See, did something happen? That's a lot of volume on that too. I feel like maybe something just came out. Maybe Amazon's taking that stuff down. Not seeing any news yet. That's got to be an Amazon news candle though. 100%. With that amount of volume, nothing else is moving like that. Yeah, something just happened with that news this morning. I can guarantee it. Still haven't seen any news specifically though. Amazon announcing there's never okay, there it is. Boom. Thank you, Ian. I was about to say, Ian, you got anything on Benzinga? Yeah, kissing the ring. Does anyone not understand how I could kind of tell that that was an Amazon news candle rather than just an overall market bounce? I'd be happy to explain it to you guys because, yeah, it's kind of something you should be able to notice at some point. Explain, okay? Yeah, so I mean, yeah, pretty much kind of like what Duco said. So I mean, let's just kind of break this down. So I'm sitting here, the market's kind of pulling back off its highs. Amazon's kind of slow. Look how low the volume is down here, right? All of a sudden, you know, $1.50 candle here on Amazon, loads of volume, right? This volume was the second biggest two candles of the day. So I'm like, okay, that's a lot of volume considering what we've been trading the last hour. And then I go over and I look at futures. Okay, so I look at NQ and SPY, and those don't have these massive green candles on them either. So I'm like, okay, that means Amazon's moving on its own. I look at other things. Okay, Nvidia not really moving, Tesla not really moving, or they're coming down, right? So that just to me isolates Amazon. Okay, Amazon one has a lot of volume and nothing else is moving the same way. So something specifically happened to Amazon, and that's why I knew that news was probably just came out on this. Took a little bit, but as you can see, like Ian threw it in here. Um, they're denouncing that stuff, and yeah, so that's kind of how I knew it was some sort of news related before I even knew exactly what it was about. So, does that make sense to you guys? J5, Chris, Rado. Cool. Sweet. Before everyone starts leaving, though, as per usual on Tuesdays, I'm doing a lesson. I'm doing a lesson tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. in this exact same voice channel. Radio, I trade Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday and Thursday are free. Monday and Friday are premium members only. There are some occasions where I trade every day, but typically Wednesday is done by a different trader here. So yeah. There you go, J-Wag. But yeah, so for you free guys, especially y'all that are new, I'd love to see y'all tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I do it every Tuesday. It's the only free lesson that I do. So it's a good time to come in and ask whatever questions you got. Morning, D1. So for my free lessons, I don't have any specific topics like written out. I do that more so for like my coaching students or whatnot. But um, I'm open to talk about anything. So I mean, if you guys have a specific topic you want me to go over, that is where I go over it with you. Yeah, I mean it's literally right where we are right now, Rado. So I mean it's like in this exact same spot. But yeah, I'll send a link to it. It looks like I'm the only other event today. It's kind of weird. I'm the only one streaming today. Now and then at 7 p.m. Is Nikki in here? What's going on? Why is there no events? I don't see Nikki in here. Let me just double check. I feel like there's probably something else here on a Tuesday. But yeah, so Rita, there's a link to it. But again, it's gonna be right here. So tonight I'm gonna be hopping on mic just like this, share the screen, talk, all that. Let's see who made some profit today. Well, this will be my first little red day in like, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 trading days. Can I tell what's happening with Tesla? Yeah, I mean, Tesla's just, I mean, it's been super volatile like to begin with. So I don't know, big move up. And then if you guys look at NQ and SPY, I mean, those are rolling over really hard. So those are starting to sell off. SPY's coming into that 550 level I've been talking about all morning. So Tesla's just kind of selling off with it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that answers your question. What was your name again? Kyle, right? Um, I don't know. Other than that, I don't see any reason why Tesla should be selling off. Just think overall, it's just the market is. What do I think SPY will do today? I don't know. I'm not someone who's going to sit here and try to predict what the overall market's going to do. I'm just going to react to whatever it does. But SPY is right. This 550 level, guys, is important, right? Either buyers can hold it here, and we can send this up to 555, and maybe it can continue, or we break under 550, hold under 550, and then it starts to sell off even more, right? So, under 550, to me, the next big support is going to be 545, right? So if we break under this and then break today's low of the day around 548.5, that's where I think I could see things going lower. So right now we're just in the middle of the range. So it's kind of until we make a new high or new low where I'd kind of make a decision there. Okay, yeah. So just to be clear, there are other events today. I just cleared it up with the staff. So Bull has spread trading at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then he has earnings also at 4 p.m. Eastern for market close. So there is he does have two streams today as well. Yeah, Bull's great. But yeah, guys, we're almost an hour in. The only other thing I'd be looking for here is just to see if Amazon gets real weak again. I feel like it's just kind of slowly chopped its way up. So if the whole market just nosedives, we want to see how weak that gets. I feel like the trade's a little different now with this new news that just came out. But maybe there's a little low a day break here on Tesla at 280. To me, there's just nothing that exciting right now. But like I said earlier today, a lot of earnings coming out this week, guys. Let me pull that up just to give you guys another reminder. Okay, so yeah, this morning we like UPS and stuff. Today after the close, we got Visa, Starbucks, Snap, First Solar. Those are kind of the only names I see there. Tomorrow morning, Caterpillar. But tomorrow after the close, when the big names start happening, right? We got Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, Qualcomm, eBay, Coca-Cola. And then on Thursday, pre-market, Eli Lilly, McDonald's, Roblox. And then Thursday after the close, some more big ones: Amazon, Apple, MSTR, Airbnb, and Reddit. Also Square, which is under XYZ now. Duolingo moves sometimes, TWLO, Roku. So a lot of names that are going to be reporting the next 2 days. So honestly, not really a day I want to push it. Yeah. So speaking of Eli Lilly, like HIMS moved pretty big this morning because there was that Novo Nordisk company or whatever. It came out with a weight loss drug, and they're going to be selling it through HIMS and Hers. So, anyways, yeah, that was some news today. But other than that, nothing that crazy. So I'll hang out for another 5, 10 more minutes, or whatever. If you have questions or tickers, I can go over those for you. But if not, then we can move on. SPY is right at 550, so an important spot. Yeah, Novo Nordisk. Yeah, thank you, Jay Waring. Maybe taking some puts if it breaks below 548.50. What do you think? Maybe playing down. Yeah, like to me, that's kind of the trade there, right? If we break lows of day, I think that the next spot for this could maybe be around that 545 level. Does that mean it's going to be a straight shot? Does it mean that it isn't going to break low of the day, then bounce back up, right? We don't know. But that to me makes sense. Alex. So, I don't know. But I know that you're the kid who's trading in his high school classroom, so be smart trading SPY. This is coming in for his low of the day here. Hey, there he is. What's up, FFCO? Should have hit me up so I can give you my link. It's all good though. I'm glad you made it. Oh yeah, you got a nice little computer set up, Rado. Yeah, well, they'll go hand in hand for sure. Oh, nothing happened. I mean, I typically stay for about an hour if I can, but I'm done with school now, so I don't have to ever run early anymore. Yeah, I got out of the Amazon trade a while ago. You're a welder too, Rado. Yeah, the trading and welding probably don't go together very well. Yeah, school Chromebooks are super slow. I won't flex my setup on y'all. Don't worry. I used to have a Chromebook too. Whoa, wow, what just happened with Tesla? Damn it, I was looking for that 280 level. What just happened there? That's a volume candle too. This thing might really start dropping here. What just happened? Look at that fake out right there. Wow, market's starting to rip back up too. Well, what else you guys got for me? Probably gonna head out here somewhat soon. Intel looks nice. Market just ripped back up here. Amazon's back up. Tesla bounced off 280. What else is going on over here? Well, guys, all right. I'm probably gonna call it a day. Unless y'all have anything else for me. But yeah, a lot of earnings this week. I hope to see a lot of y'all at my lesson tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If y'all need anything throughout the day, I'll be around. So just let me know. Other than that, I think I'm done.